All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yellow, Angelini! Check, 47. He don't know no better. Check. Yellow. Shoot. Check 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yellow. Angelini! Hey, keep it up. Check. He's checking. Crash.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I'm coming. Chicken, yellow. Crunch. Undercrunch. Check three. I don't need to.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
I don't need to. Angelini! Yellow! Let's get off the field.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Check 13. Check 3. Check 13.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Watch the eye. Ripple is. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check 47. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Now here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, Steve 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
A gain of 15. And the Broncos first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike. Dude. It's going to be a long hit.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here's Lock to throw. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run. It's Lindsey. Darren Lee there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lock throwing on 2nd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes Justin Vogel to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check. 50, yellow. 49, check 49.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They still can't get him. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Defense. Check 4, check 4. Check 24, check 24. Hey, check Mike 40. 15. 46. He runs. 46.
On first down, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
15. Wide. Get wide. 36. Hey, watch this.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Yellow.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check the backer.
Mahomes now to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 43. Here we go. Motion. Check. 15. SOS.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
4 down, even. Check. Attack. Tighten up. Motion. Here, 15.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Attack! Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Yellow. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step. 43. Shit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, rock it. Ready?
A final shot before half for Rock. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
They don't want it. Keep playing the
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before break. Lock. He'll find Lindsey here. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So we'll come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards, a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Recon, 132 fighter.
Block now on first down. He completes this to Sutton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
44, Mike, 44. I'm coming.
Block now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
I got you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on second down, Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jalen Ferguson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got it with the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. Now the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. With his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing on second and 3. Locke got his man there. It's Wallace complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Here's Locke. This is the tight end fan. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 45-yard line.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Talvin Smith. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 40.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come on, QB, come on.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Clock will try again on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he finds Hamilton. That's complete.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they...
He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Broncos get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yellow. Go on, 80. 6 man. Color. Check curls.
Mahomes is going to run the option left. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, 80. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Big Ed. Switch. Shift. Watch the shift. Big Dad. Come.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff looking right. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Attack, attack. Check. Come back. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Slam, slam. Attack. Attack. Attack.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
4 yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Yellow. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Kansas City, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.